Queen here, life after money. It's been a while since I last did a video, so I thought I ought to make an effort. How are you all? I am fine. Let me just get comfy in my chair. Oh no, cat, you stay there please. Stay there, Maisie. Maisie wants to now get on my knee. Maisie, stay there. Look, wait there. Thank you. You stay there. No, you're not getting on my knee. I can't cope. I'm busy. No. No, Maisie, stay there. Stay. I think Maisie's actually learning what the word no means. No. If cats can learn that, I don't know. Have you got a coffee? Well, I have. This is my second coffee. It's gone 12 o'clock actually. And I had a really big breakfast, a late breakfast and a really big breakfast. So now I'm needing a coffee. Have you got your coffee? Cheers. Oh, nice. I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up at 3:30 and I lay there and couldn't get back to sleep again. So what I did was, see this dressing gown? I actually put this dressing gown on and got back into bed. And I plumped the pillows up so I'm like half sitting, half lying. And it did the trick, I fell asleep. But then I fell asleep for another 3 hours. And really that was a bit too long. So I have had a good sleep, although it was broken in the middle of it. But yeah, this dressing gown, it's very similar to the one I had on last time. Only this is like an old-fashioned type dressing gown. It's really massive. It would go round me twice. But I bought it at a charity shop for £1. So you can't turn it down, can you? And so I wrap it round, tie it in the middle. Now normally I wear a scarf in the house because I don't like the heating on all the time. I just put it on a little bit, you know, just to keep it chill off. But I haven't got a scarf on. So what I've done, got a clip, two sides, look, tuck one in that way, pull that one across that way, and use a clip to clip it together. That's it. So it covers my neck, so I don't need a scarf, and it's nice and snuggly. So keeping warm in the house. Yes, I don't have the heating on all the time. I prefer to just put layers on. So what have I been doing? Cheers, have a cup of coffee. What have I been doing? I've finished this bowl. I got to the stage where I really didn't want to do any more of it, so I thought, right, just stop and have a nice bowl like that. So quite nice, isn't it? Could be used for all kinds of things. There you are, there's my hand for size. Close up. Oh, I don't know where you are. Are you still there, Mother? Can you hear me, Mother? So that's finished. I'm making some bags. I've had a request from a friend to make 2 bags. 2 bags for 2 sort of grown-up teenagerish children, which they're going to get stuffed with presents for Christmas. So I've found some fabric from my massive stash. So I'm making 2 bags. So these will be handed out full of presents. So that's one fabric I've chosen. They're a bit like shopping bags, but she's asked for a gusset to go all the way around. So I'm going to do that, and they are lined as well. So normally the shopping bags I make are not lined because they're just purely shopping bags. But I think these are going to be used for something else after Christmas. So they'll be, you know, a little bit special. I wouldn't make all shopping bags like this. And that's the other one. Got a peacock on. Yeah. So to make them lined, I just do 2 separate pieces like that. And it's got I cut a sheet up and put it on the back there. So I'll make all the parts, the back and front and the gusset, and then sew them together with the seams on the outside. And the next thing to do is put handles on. Put the handles on first while they're still 2 separate pieces. So that's what I'm doing. Now what shall we chat about then? Have you got a coffee? I've got a couple of notes here. I wanted to chat about comedy. What has happened to comedy? What has happened to fun? Where is the fun? I don't see any. Comedy. I mean, I'm quite a comedy person. Is that the right way to say it? I can see fun or comedy in lots of different things, and it's the simple things that amuse me. And I'm watching a lot of old comedy at the moment on the box. George and Mildred. Do you remember George and Mildred? Eutha Joyce and Brian Murphy. Fantastic comedy duo. We don't seem to get anything like that now. And I've always been a bit of a comedian. I've always wanted to make people laugh, and it's been quite good fun. I have done like talks for groups. I must have done several hundred talks for groups of people in a village hall, in a restaurant, in a big area, and I talk about my life as a lorry driver. And I started them like years and years ago, but once I started to do a few, then I got lots of requests from all over the place. I was living in the Midlands at the time, so I did basically the whole of Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, Staffordshire, into Leicestershire sometimes. So I used to go off and do my chat to a group of people, and I really enjoyed it. This started because I was always asked questions about what's it like to be a lorry driver. So I thought one day, rather than just answer questions one at a time when somebody asks me, why not make a talk of all these questions that I keep getting asked and talk to a whole group of people? It would be a lot easier, wouldn't it? I remember the first one I did. I was invited to go to a WI meeting, and it was a really big meeting, and it was, I think it was almost like a national meeting, and it was in Derbyshire. It was a village hall, really big village hall with a stage. So I'd done a bit of preparation first. I made a few notes, you know, with my cards, and when I got up on that stage, so all those people, there must have been about 200 people. I thought, I don't know what this is going to turn out like, but I'm willing to have a go. And so I did it, and they seemed to like it. But I think I was very clumsy, because I had to keep looking at the notes, because I just kept forgetting. But I managed it, I got through it, and from that I was invited to more and more. But then I got used to it, you know, then I wasn't scared anymore, and then I enjoyed it, because I made it fun. And I mean, a lot of people would be quite worried about standing up in front of an audience, but I was at first, I must admit, but I made myself do it, and in the end it came quite natural, and now I can stand up and I'm not afraid to speak to any audience. But yeah, I mean, I'm talking to you now, I've been on the telly a few times, I've been on the radio lots of times, so I'm quite used to it. But with this trucking talk thing, I got the idea of reading the audience. And you know, if you are talking to a group, you do need to do that. You need to read the audience's faces, the expressions on their faces, their body language as well. So eventually I let that guide me. Eventually I threw away the cards, no use at all. So I just stood up and spoke, and it all came from here and tumbled out. But I let the audience guide me, and I had some kind of order, but then I kept going off on a tangent this way and that way. And if they appeared to like a little bit of a subject, a topic, you know, and they were laughing loudly, I would think to myself, oh, they like that, so I'll give them some more. And then I got to see that one or two people were looking sideways at the person next to them, obviously their friend, and they must have been thinking, oh my God, what's she talking about? Oh dear. So, and I'm a bit naughty, you know, I am a bit naughty, but I managed to keep it fairly clean, because, you know, sometimes a little bit of lorry driving language started creeping in, words that I picked up on the road with the other drivers, and I had to be very, very careful, because some of the audiences were in churches and church halls, you know, church groups, so I thought, oh, better be careful what I say. So then I had to hold back a bit then, but I was quite naughty, I must admit, and I used to wonder, how far could I push it? How far before they all got up and walked out? I'm happy to say they never did. Yeah, but I could see a divide. I could see a divide in the audience. I could see who was laughing their heads off, who was trying to stifle their laughter like that, you know, and who was, oh my God. So there was you could see there's a divide opening up there, and I thought, I'm going to read the audience and follow their lead, read their faces, and that's what I did. And I don't like to say this. Well, it's called bragging, I think. But a lot of people said I was the best speaker they ever had. I thought, well, they must have had a load of rubbish then before me. But anyway, but that gave me a buzz, because I felt like I was making them happy, and it made me happy. you know, and I mean, it's a long time now since I've done any trucking talks. I did go on to do talks about frugal living, simple life, money saving, arts and crafts, recycling, and all that stuff that I do on the blog. But yeah, it seems to have dried up now anyway, because I moved up here, North Lincolnshire, and I had done a lot of trucking talks around here. But people who had me for a talk quite often rang me up a year later, say, have you got any more subjects you can talk about? So that's what happened. But I'm thinking about this comedy thing, like, where has it gone? Have you got a coffee? It's a very nice coffee. Cheers. Where has it gone? Not everybody appreciates my sense of humour. Now, I never say anything intentionally to offend people. I'm always trying to be sympathetic, but sometimes some silly little thought comes into my head and I just blurt it out because it makes me laugh. Most of the time it works out alright, but sometimes I get to think people these days seem to be offended about every little thing. You know, I mean, nobody offends me because I've got an open mind. I just take things as they are, and there's somebody walking outside with a really big woolly hat on. I'm going to have a look. Wow, that's a very nice woolly hat. Yeah, if people want to crack a joke with me, you know, the simpler the better. I can't be doing with these very complicated jokes because I just don't get it. My mind is simple. But you know, if you're in a conversation with somebody these days, you have to think about, what am I allowed to say? You know, I would like to say anything that I like, but then you've got to think of the feelings of the other person, which I do, you know, and especially the people that I know. Excuse me, I've got a little... The thing about having a cold house is I have a wet nose most of the time. And anyway, so yeah, so I do apologise to anybody that's offended by me, because I don't do it intentionally. And I think really everything today is serious, too serious. We've got to let go of this serious stuff, because otherwise we're going to turn into a nation of miserable. Oh, I don't like miserable, worrying. That's not me. I'm not miserable. I don't worry. But then, you know, everybody's different. That's all I can say, really. But I'm going to try and bring comedy into people's life in my own little way. Like, we don't go to our chat and craft group anymore because we're not allowed to. But when I'm there and there's a group of women, I act a fool because it makes people laugh. And we all end up for the 2 hours having a really good time. And I just can't help myself. I just have to make people laugh, because if you don't laugh, what else is there? Oh dear. So please, please, please tell a joke. In fact, if you like, why not add a joke to this to this video when it's on YouTube, and tell us a joke. Make us laugh. Make everybody laugh. Let's try and get out of this miserable, awful state that we're in and make each other laugh. But unfortunately, people don't laugh. There's not a lot you can do about it. But don't give up. Don't give up making people laugh. Cheers. Right, I better not drag on too long with this. I found something interesting on YouTube. There's a lot of people live now. Well, not even people. There's a lot of things to watch on YouTube that is live. Well, I've just stopped this film here. I'll just start it up again. And the title is Norwegian Live Train. 24/7, you're in the front cab of a train in Norway. And it's fantastic. Cab ride wonderful winter train in Norway. I don't know what's going to happen now, because it's live and I've stopped it. But I'm going to start it again and see whether if it's live, it can't really carry on from where it stopped, can it? But yeah, have a look on YouTube for anything live. And I put it on full screen, so put it on full screen. Right, I'm just going to click on here, look. See where we're starting it. Whoa, there we go. Oh, it's just started up again where it stopped, the exact time it stopped. And look at Maisie. Look at Maisie in my seat. This is what we do all day, musical chairs. Anyway, have a look at this. Pardon? Oh. This is a Norwegian train. Isn't it fantastic? It's really good. It goes through tunnels. It slows down. It stops to pick people up. Whee! Not sure where in Norway it is. It's like going on a train journey without actually leaving your house. There we go. This is Norway. We could maybe go right across the world on a train. I watched one from somewhere else last night. Where was that? A hot sunny climate, I think it was. It's beautiful, isn't it? Very grey. Well, it would be at this time of the year. I hope they keep these on for summer as well. Right. Me and Maisie are going now. She has jumped in my seat. Thank you for watching. This is me, Queen. Life after money. Bye. Bye bye, Maisie.